They said the warnings were only superstition. Whispers from the shadows of Versailles. Strange predictions muttered by women no one dared to name. Ominous visions written in letters that mysteriously disappeared. And a curse spoken long before Marie Antoinette ever wore the crown she would one day die for. But in her final hours, as the cold blade waited and a silent crowd watched, Marie Antoinette remembered every prophecy she had tried to ignore, every omen, every dark sign, and she realized none of them were ever wrong. This is the story of the queen doomed from the moment she entered France. A queen surrounded by luxury, yet haunted by shadow. A queen loved by destiny, and betrayed by fate. This is the story of Marie Antoinette's curse. She was born in Vienna on November 2, 1755, the 15th child of Empress Maria Theresa. A girl with soft features, bright eyes, and a spirit too gentle for the brutal world she would enter. From birth, her life was decided by treaties, alliances, and ambition. Her childhood was a brief moment of innocence, a fleeting dream before the storm. At 14, she was told she would marry the Dauphin of France. Not because she wanted to, not because of love, but because two empires demanded peace. And in the courts of Europe, peace always had a price. Her mother warned her, "You are going to a land of wolves? Do not let them see you bleed." But Marie was still a child. She could not understand the weight of prophecy, nor the depth of the curse she was walking toward. She left Austria with tears in her eyes, not knowing she would never again return home, not knowing that France would one day destroy her. As her carriage rolled deeper into foreign lands, whispers followed. She is too young. She is too naive. She will not survive Versailles. They were right. But no one knew just how right they were. The first omen came before she ever stepped foot into France. At the border between Austria and France stood a symbolic structure, the Bridge of Separation. A place where every future queen of France was forced to abandon her past. All clothing removed. All belongings taken. Nothing, absolutely nothing, from her old life could cross. Marie stood trembling in the cold air as attendants stripped away the last of her childhood. When they finished, she was dressed anew. In French colors, French fabrics, French jewels. An identity replaced. Yet as she stepped forward, the wind howled so violently that her candle, the one meant to bless her passage, went out. In the superstitions of the time, this was a bad sign. An extinguished flame meant a future cut short, a life that would not reach its natural end. One courtier whispered, thinking she could not hear, "The flame has died. So will she." Marie said nothing, but her hands shook as she walked across the border. A small, almost invisible tremor. The first crack in a destiny already beginning to collapse. When Marie arrived at Versailles, she expected a palace of beauty. She instead found a world built on masks, secrets, and venom. Versailles was a battlefield disguised as a ballroom. A place where every smile hid envy, every compliment hid a threat, and every whisper carried a dagger. Most dangerous of all were the courtiers, men and women who had waited their entire lives to destroy a foreign queen. To them, Marie was nothing but a distraction, a child, a pawn, a foreign enemy in silk. And they would use every tool of manipulation, deceit, and rumor to break her. But none of that was the curse. The curse was older, deeper, rooted in centuries of royal superstition. It was said that some queens were chosen, and some were marked. The chosen brought prosperity. The marked brought ruin. Marie Antoinette was marked from the moment she arrived. Whether it was fate or something darker, no one could deny the signs. In her early days at court, Marie visited a convent near Versailles, a quiet reprieve from the suffocating court. There she met a nun veiled in black, known only to a few as Sister Eloise. Sister Eloise was no ordinary nun. Rumors surrounded her, that she had visions, that she foresaw death, that she carried secrets of the crown. Marie, still innocent, asked her for a blessing. Instead, the nun stiffened. Her hands trembled. Her voice cracked. "You must leave this place," she whispered. "France will devour you. Versailles will drown you. And the people will tear you apart." Marie froze. Sister Eloise continued, "I see a great machine of death. I see blades. I see a crowd chanting for your blood. You are the dove sent into a den of serpents." Marie paled. Her attendants dragged her away, calling the nun insane. But the words stayed with her, burned into her memory like a scar, a prophecy she would never forget. When Marie became queen, the pressure to have children intensified. Her first years were filled with humiliation, whispers about her marriage, about her inability to conceive, about her failure as a queen. But hidden from the public was a tragedy. Before the birth of her first healthy daughter, it is believed Marie suffered a silent miscarriage. A child lost before it ever breathed. The court never acknowledged it. The king never spoke of it. The physicians removed all trace. But Marie suffered alone. She believed it was part of the curse. Another sign that her destiny was slipping further from her control. At night, she would pray in secrecy. Protect my children. If I must suffer, let them live. But fate would not be kind. During a masquerade ball, Marie encountered a mysterious palm reader invited as entertainment. In a dimly lit corner, the woman took Marie's hand. Her eyes widened with horror. "You will rise higher than any woman in this kingdom," she whispered. "And then, you will fall. 3 times. Marie's lips trembled. "What falls?" she asked. The woman hesitated. "First, you will fall from grace. Second, you will fall from safety. And last, you will fall from life." Marie snatched her hand back. The woman bowed her head. "No crown can protect you from what is coming." Within months, the first fall began. Rumors were the real weapon of France. Stronger than armies, stronger than kings. And they came for Marie like a storm. She is spending the nation's money. She is corrupt. She is controlling the king. She is sleeping with half the court. None of it was true. But truth didn't matter anymore. France was starving. The people were angry. And Marie was the perfect target. In the streets, they gave her a name that would follow her to her death. Madame Deficit. The first prophecy, the fall from grace, was complete. One evening, Marie walked past a large Venetian mirror in her private chambers. It shattered on its own. No one touched it. No wind blew. No servant was near. The entire palace talked about it. Shattered mirrors were considered omens of death. Royal superstition held that such a break symbolized the fragmentation of a destiny, a violent crack in the path ahead. Marie dismissed it publicly. Privately, she trembled. Sister Eloise's words echoed in her mind. "You are the dove sent into a den of serpents." When the mob stormed Versailles in October 1789, Marie's nightmare came to life. They broke down doors. They slaughtered guards. They chanted for her head. Marie fled barefoot through dark corridors, clutching her children, each step echoing like a countdown to death. This was her second fall. The fall from safety. The palace that once protected her now hunted her. She stared into the eyes of the mob, and for the first time she knew. The curse was real. The temple prison was not a cell. It was a tomb. Cold, damp, silent, deathly. Marie was separated from her children. Her son Louis Charles was abused until he broke. Her daughter's tears were ignored, and the queen was reduced to nothing. She wrote letters begging for mercy. None were answered. She prayed. No one listened. She looked out at the moon, whispering, "I am dying, and France does not even know who I truly was." Her hair turned white in a single night, a medical phenomenon still debated today. Some call it stress. Some call it shock. Some call it the final mark of the curse. The night before her execution, a strange event was recorded by the guards. An elderly woman dressed in white, no one recognized her, no one saw her enter, approached Marie's cell. Marie rose weakly. The woman spoke softly. "It is done. The warnings you received, the signs you saw, they were not to save you. They were to prepare you." Marie trembled. "For what?" she whispered. The woman touched her trembling hands. "For your freedom." Marie closed her eyes, tears slipping down her pale cheeks. A moment later, the woman vanished. Some say it was imagination. Others say it was real. A final prophecy fulfilled. October 16, 1793. Marie Antoinette was taken to the guillotine. She did not cry. She did not beg. She walked with the quiet dignity of a woman who had carried too much suffering for one lifetime. The cart rolled slowly through the streets. People shouted, spat, mocked. Marie stared ahead, silent. She remembered the prophecies. The nun, the palm reader, the broken mirror, the veiled woman, the warnings. And as she climbed the scaffold, she understood. This was the third fall. The fall from life. Her final words were simple. "Forgive me, sir. I did not do it on purpose." She apologized to the executioner for stepping on his foot. Queen, broken, humiliated, alone, still chose kindness with her last breath. Moments later, the blade fell. France fell silent. The curse was complete. After her death, strange reports emerged. Some swore they saw her ghost wandering Versailles. alone, lost, searching for her children. Others claimed to see a woman in white near the guillotine site, whispering, "She was warned, she was warned." And historians centuries later still debate the truth. Were the prophecies real? Was Marie Antoinette cursed? Or was she simply a tragic young woman, destroyed by a world far crueler than she ever imagined? One thing is certain. Her life, from childhood innocence to royal grandeur, from whispered omens to brutal death, seems too tragic, too symbolic, too perfectly foretold to be coincidence. Marie Antoinette did not just live history. She fulfilled a prophecy written not in ink, but in sorrow, blood, and fate.